Hello students, welcome for the new lecture on air suspension system. So from last few lectures we have been discussing about the suspension system, that is what is suspension system, its purposes in a vehicle, and also we have also discussed the two main types of suspension system. Those are independent suspension system and non-independent suspension system. Again, we have also seen that the various types of independent suspension system as well as non-independent suspension system. We have seen their respective advantages, disadvantages, working principles, and their construction. Also, we have also seen in last lecture about the shock absorbers, and we have also discussed about two main types of absorbers. Those are telescopic type of shock absorbers and gas field type of shock absorbers. So now in this lecture we are going to discuss about the air suspension system. So let's start with the lecture. So these are the major learning outcome from this lecture. After the completion of lecture, you will be able to understand different components of air suspension system. Again, you will be able to understand working of air suspension system and their advantages and disadvantages. So what is an air suspension system? So the country's cargo shipments ride on air, and now your car can too. Air suspension system have long been used in trucking world, but in the last decades or so they have moved into the commercial worlds. Motorcycles, all-terrain vehicles, custom cars, performance cars, even everyday commutator cars are using the suspension systems. Changes in technology means that systems are no longer clunky, slow and imprecise. Instead, they are fast, precision-based technology with advanced electronics that control everything from ride height to back pressure, offering a smooth and controlled drive. And it's about time, as the car suspension system is an often overlooked area. From a comfort and safety standpoint, your car suspension is integral to how your car drives. Shock absorbers and coil springs help absorb and direct road force, maintaining wheel oscillation, joints, and rebound. However, every time you add or take away weight to a vehicle, speed up or slow down, or turn left or right, this challenges what the shock absorbers and springs are capable of. Traditional stock shocks and springs are designed and installed with a fixed set of situations in mind. Air suspension system essentially replace a vehicle's coil spring with a air spring. The air springs are simply tough rubber and plastic bags inflated to a certain pressure and height to mimic the coil springs. But the similarities end there. By adding an onboard air compressor, sensor and electronic controls, today air suspension system provide several advantages over all metal conventional springs, including near instant tuning and the ability to adapt the handling to different situations and varying load capability. Whether the system is manual or electronic or installed by a weekend mechanic or a seasoned tech, air suspension can lower a car to improve its street cred, even out a heavy payload, or simply improve the ride of a vintage deteriorate metal street monster. So, air suspension is a type of vehicle suspension powered by an electric or engine driven air pump or compressor. This compressor pumps the air into a flexible bellow, usually made from textile or reinforced rubber. So what are the main components of the suspension system? So the figure can shows the three main component system, that are airbags, solenoid valves and dampers. So early version of an air suspension system were relatively simple. Airbags replaced the coil springs. The bag was inflated to the correct pressure or height with an outside compressor through a valve on the bag. Changes in technology and use added more components and controls to the system. But today's suspension system all have a basic stock of similar components that vary little from maker to maker. The differences come mainly in controls and ease of installation. So first component is airbags. So the airbag material has changed little over time. The bag is composite of rubber and polyurethane, which provides structural integrity, airtight construction, toughness against light abrasion from road debris and sand, and resistance to salt and chemical corrosion. The bags come in three basic shapes. So first shape is double convoluted shape bag. This bag shaped like an hourglass. The design allows for a little more lateral flexibility than the other designs. Next shape is tapered sleeve. So these airbags perform the same as any other but is designed to fit in a tighter area and offers a little more adjustability on the ride. And third basic shape is rolling sleeve. This is also a specific application airbag. The pertinent differences between the two sleeves are really about ride height and spring control and what's best for the vehicle and the application. Most air compression or air suspension system now come with an onboard compressor. The compressor is an electric pump feeding air to the bags through a series of compressed air lines. The compressor is generally mounted on the vehicle's frame or in the trunk. The vast majority of the compressors come with an attached dryer. The compressor works by drawing outside air into the pump, compressing it and moving it to the bags. Outside air is often laden with the moisture, and moisture can wreak havoc in a closed system. The dryer uses a substance known as desiccant to absorb as much as moisture from the air as possible before the air is sent through the system. Simpler compressor systems rely on the compressor itself to maintain, increase or decrease pressure. More advanced systems add an air tank to maintain pressure and provide an even transition between pressures. Compressors can be activated manually or automatically and controlled solely by the driver automatically through an electronic system or a combination of both. Next component is solenoid and valves. Of course, there is a more to an air suspension system than just a simple bag. Here are the parts that help make an air suspension system work. Lines carry the compressed air to the bags. The lines are similar to the common high pressure air lines and are routed along the frame of the vehicle. While most lines are rubber or polyurethane compositions, they can be replaced with the custom steel lines, offering a cleaner look and more rugged construction. Valves are the gateways for the air to enter various parts of the system. In today's air suspension system, valves play a critical role in isolating and controlling where air is directed and how. Early generation air suspension systems were two-way step-ups. Essentially, each left and right airbag was connected by line and shared air. As the vehicle cornered, one airbag compressed its air and pushed it through the line to the other airbag, which was expanding. This resulted in several body roll and accounted for part of the reputation air suspension system and had for causing a terrible ride. Now, systems use a various series of valves that control this tendency and offer bettering in handling. Solenoids are used in electronically controlled system to fill and vent each bag. As the system adjusts for the different conditions, it commands each solenoid to open or close, changing the amount of air in each of the bags. Electronic systems are managed through an electronic control module. The controlling software can be very basic, almost a digital version of an analog on or off controls, or it might run a more sophisticated software monitoring pressure and ride height in real time. The modules receive information through a variety of inputs, including ride height sensors, and toggle the compressor on and off as needed. The electronic side of the system is where most innovation has occurred. and where changes will likely happen in the future. These systems generally remain separate from the vehicle's onboard modules and communication. Third component is dampers. So the damper is an oil-filled tube with an rod and piston and serves to attenuate any oscillatory motion. Both these components are physically constrained to just one setting, which the engineers have determined to be the best compromise between comfort and handling. Substituting the steel coil spring with a cushion of air, this is what air suspension essentially is, introduces a useful degree of adjustability. So how this air suspension system works? So the schematic representation of air suspension system is as shown in the figure. In place of a spring is a bellow, usually made from rubber filled with air. Under load, the bellow is compressed, causing a decrease in volume and increase in pressure. If more air is pumped in, the bellow is reinstated to its normal volume, or more crucially, its normal height. As an air spring, the increased pressure means increased stiffness, which is necessary for the added weight. Meanwhile, the vehicle's ride height remains constant. Air suspension systems now feature in numerous upmarket saloons, sports utility vehicles, and station wagons. Some of them have air suspension only at the rear. The advantages of this: even when the boot or load bay is fully laden, the vehicle stays level. Supporting the air-filled bellows or air suspension are number of components not present in the regular steel sprung suspension system. One of them is an electric or belt driven compressor to supply air into the bellows when called for. What instructs the compressor is a level sensor. So the schematic representation of air suspension system is as shown in the figure. It consists of 4 air springs, which may be bellow type or a piston type. Air compressor is used to pressurize the purified air through filter from the atmosphere and stored in the accumulator at a pressure maintained between 5.6 to 7 kg per centimeter square. To release the excess air and to maintain the pressure inside the accumulator, a safety relief valve is used. The high pressure compressed air enters into the air spring through leveling valve and lift control valve. The lift control valve was operated by a manual lever which is located at the panel board. So this is how the air suspension system works. So what is this air suspension system and its ride quality? So as we know that ride comfort and handling have an awkwardly inverse relationship. Lower and stiffer springs that improve a car's cornering capability cannot simultaneously improve its cruising comfort. In fact, suspension modification in certain cases could cause a deterioration in both ride comfort and handling. Rarely, if ever, can these two dynamic characteristics be improved simultaneously. The two most critical components in a suspension are the spring and damper. In the most common design, the spring is made from the spring steel rod formed into a helical coil, hence it is named as coil spring. As a result, level sensing and right height corrections are accomplished in a much shorter time, while on the go adjustments are made continuously. So these are the some advantages of air suspension system. One major advantage of air suspension is its ability to keep the car's ride height constant. This is because it can control the volume of air in the bellows. So despite varying passenger or luggage loads, the vehicle's wheel geometry, that are camber, caster, toe in, toe out, is unaffected. This benefits driving comfort and overall handling of the vehicle. Ride height control is also selectable on some models, usually sports utility vehicles. For off-roading, selecting a raised ride height sends a signal to the compressor to pump more air into the bellows. Conversely, releasing the air lowers the vehicle, which will enhance aerodynamic efficiency at high velocities. Speed dependent controllability is usually part of the modern air suspension system. Compared to steel coil springs, air suspension offers far superior ride comfort. In addition, the self-leveling capability enables consistent handling regardless of the occupancy and cargo load on the board. It reduces noise, vibration, and harshness, due to which passenger and driver attain better ride comfort. It reduces the journey tiredness of the driver and the passenger. Change of the spring deflection is quite low when compared with the conventional. Suspension system bore both loading and unloading conditions. This helps to produce the load transfer on the vehicle. Headlamp alignment remains constant though the vehicle is traveling over irregular roads. With the help of automatic control tools, this system will provide some space for required wheel movement. So in this way, in this lecture, we have completed the air suspension system, its main components, the working principle of air suspension system, and some advantages of air suspension system. Thank you for the listening.